voice again. I've waited all day long, I even wrote a song for you. Here's a little gem of a song from Labi Siffre from 1971. He wrote It Must Be Love, of course, famously covered by Madness, and I've done a video on the Madness version of that too. For this song, on the original he plays a classical style nylon string guitar, and actually, before I forget, I'll say that the original audio is slightly sharp, about 40 cents sharp, so if you want to play along with the original, you'll need to retune your guitar or the audio, or grin and bear it. Capo on the 5th fret, which is how he played this, and in reality there's just a 4-bar sequence that goes round, and then there's separately a little bridge, but that's all there is. So let's carve out the chords for the intro, which is the same as the verse, and then we'll get on and look at the bridge and the picking, and then we'll be done. So the intro, as I say, that's the same as the verse. We have 4 bars, 2 beats each of D, and then A, that's the first bar. Then we go on to B minor 7. And on the 3rd beat, we'll see this with picking in a moment, we get an F sharp in the bass, so we go down to the 6th string. So really it's B minor 7 and then B minor 7 over F sharp. I probably won't put that in the chord diagrams. Then in the 3rd bar we've got an E7, and again on the 3rd beat we move the bass, this time to the 5th string, so that's E7 over B, but I'll probably just write E7 for that. And then we've got a chord of G. When we get to the picking, you'll see that you're not going to be picking the top string at that point, so I'm not going to bother placing a finger on the 3rd fret of the top string. It's enough just to do this, a finger on the 3rd fret of the bottom string, because I'll be picking the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings, so I don't need anything on the 5th string either. But for the first 3 beats of that, we have got a note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. I'm putting my 2nd finger there to create G add 9, and then on the 4th beat that comes off again, and then we just have a plain G chord. So we have D for 2, A for 2, B minor 7, and then changing the bass note to the 6th string, E7, changing the bass note to the 5th string, and then our G add 9, 2, 3, and that comes off again. And that, as I say, that's the intro and the verse. There are 3 verses altogether, so let's have one of those. It's nice to hear your voice again. I've waited all day long, I even wrote a song for, and that repeats, you. It's strange the way you make me feel. With just a word or 2, I'd like to do the same for you. And at the end of the 1st verse, this sequence repeats as an instrumental, and then we get into the 2nd verse. Alright, let's look at the picking. Now for the picking, it's all about where the thumb is, really. The thumb is going to play whatever the bass note is, and for D, which opens the sequence, that's the 4th string, and my 3 picking fingers are obliged to stay up on the top 3 strings. And the picking works like this. I'm going to pick that 4th string with the thumb, the 1st finger is going to pick that 3rd string, and the 2nd and 3rd finger is going to pick the top 2 strings before I return to the 4th string with the thumb. Really, because the capo's up on the 5th fret, it all sounds quite bright, and we hear the bass notes as some kind of a melody, so that's what we want to keep our eye on. We come down now for the A chord. I've got the luxury of moving my picking fingers down to the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings, which I'm going to do. Otherwise the picking is exactly the same. B minor 7, I'm going to stay on the middle 4 strings initially, but now I'm going to move down to the 6th string with the thumb. And for E7, it's the other way around. Starting on the 6th string, coming up to the 5th string. And then for the G chord, initially we start the same way, but now we just kind of tread water using the 2nd and 3rd strings against the 4th string, alternating. As we open up that 3rd string then on the 4th beat. So let me play you a single verse slowly. We get the sequence twice in the 1st verse, and then additionally we have an instrumental version of that 4 bars tacked on the end. So, it's nice to hear your voice again. I've waited all day long, I even wrote a song for you. Strange the way you make me feel. With just a word or two, I'd like to do the same for you. Now the second verse ends a bit differently. Rather than the full 4-bar sequence as an instrumental, we just get 2 bars of D, and it's like this. So we're alternating the bass between the 4th string with the thumb and the 5th string. And then we get strange how a phone call can change your day, take you away. That kind of a thing. We've got this F#7 sharp 5 or F#7 augmented, and the picking for this is just like we've had for the G add 9, where after the initial picking we just kind of tread water, alternating between the 2nd and 3rd strings and the 4th string. Strange how a phone call can change your day, take you away. That kind of idea. And then we get this again. We get F#7 augmented, from the feeling of being alone, bless the telephone, which puts us out into another instrumental sequence before we go into the final verse. So let me just put all that together, the bridge. Strange how a phone call can change your day, take you away, away from the feeling of being alone, bless the telephone. And we're into the final verse. The third verse is exactly the same as the other two. We have our familiar 4-bar sequence twice through, then we go into the instrumental to end, and it ends like this. Na da 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 da. So we end with 2 bars of D, just like the lead into the bridge. We get our alternating bass from the 4th string to the 5th string, and we finish with a sharp single chord of D. And that's everything there is. I'm going to try and sing the whole thing through. Buy the sheet music, it helps me out, and I've tabbed out note for note everything that he does, so you'll be able to follow along very accurately. Okay, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's nice to hear your voice again. I've waited all day long, I even wrote a song for you. It's strange the way you make me feel. With just a word or two, I'd like to do the same for you. It's nice to hear you say hello, and how are things with you? I love you, but very soon it's time to go. An office job to do, while I'm here writing songs for you. Strange how a phone call can change your day, take you away, away from the feeling of being alone, bless the telephone. It's nice the way you say my name, not very fast or slow, just soft and low, the same as when you tell me how you feel. I feel the same way too.